Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll tonight. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break
Welcome everybody to IRP League Week 2 or Season 2 Week 2 Venomyst v Miku Mercenaries. I'm excited for this one. Both teams here are undefeated, which I mean isn't saying much given it's only been a week. Like half the teams are going to be undefeated after week 1, but still it's a good sign. It's a really good sign. As we're waiting for everybody to go ahead and get into the lobby here, I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. You know, me personally, I had a very restful, very eventful Thanksgiving with family and friends. I hope it was the same for you guys, and you know, just overall hope it was very restful. But now we're back. We're now back into week 2. Unfortunately, it is just only going to be me today. Let me turn the Spotify down a little bit. It is only going to be me today. We had closed on schedule, but things happen. No shame, no shade. Live your life, you know. Everything's all good. Everything's all good. First map is going to go ahead and be Corrode. With the Venomyst starting on defense. That means Miku is going to be on attack. The end of time. There we go. People finally hopping in over here. Two more, and then we can get this show on the road. There we are. Uno mas, uno mas. Yeah. All right. Let me know when R. I'm literally adminning today too, so it's I got a lot on my plate. One thing I was trying to do earlier was make a little overlay for the in-game stuff. I was toying with having like the API of the game kind of affect some things on the overlay, but it didn't end up working out because that's apparently really difficult to get. So I was just gonna take the main game overlay like normally and then mess it around from there. I was toying with it earlier, but I didn't finish it, so it's just going to be the same exact in-game overlay as last week, being just a little IRP game loop in the bottom right. But I mean, shoot, yeah, other than that, I should have it up next week, honestly. Finals are kicking in, though. Finals are kicking in. I'm a college student, so I'm going to be a little bit more busy, so it's kind of a gamble as to whether or not it is going to be ready, but I'll make it look the best that I can. Use it for the rest of the games this season, and yeah, we should be golden. All the teams are in here. We do have one individual in a death match, but I think other than that, we should be pretty ready to go here. Both teams are on standby. I did tell them to let me know when ready, so I can go ahead and click start game to get into this. Oh my Lord of Banana in chat, dude. Oh my gosh. All right. Does look like they're going to be ready, both teams. All right, here we go. And we are getting into Corrode now. Let's go to the match screen. Bang, bang, bang. There we are. Oh, Loki, I might have a few settings that I haven't swapped over yet. Insta-locks already, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh, I need to swap these. Oh no. Oh, shoot, man. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Okay, so it looks like Miku is going to go for the Yoru, of course. Sinjin is kind of the go on the Yoru. I'm not going to lie. Omen, Vice, Neon, and Sova. Okay. I'm excited to see what this comp plays out. You have a lot of the fast-paced double movement duelist action, but kind of a relatively slower-paced initiator, I would say. MYST is going to go for the Clove pick here. I'm excited to see that. I know Red Nose is... Actually, that's a lie. I was about to say Red Nose is good on the Waylay. I actually genuinely haven't seen Red Nose play that often. I must be thinking of another duelist player here in IRP. Hovering the Viper too, so it does look like it's going to be a double controller comp, which I suppose would be the ideal move for defense coming in. Then again, no Sentinel. Double duelist, double controller. One initiator. So passive map space is going to be carried out by individual bodies as opposed to, you know, just having, you know, trips on the other side of the map somewhere. There we go. Pause that music as we load into the game here. Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh shoot. Hey, can you guys hear me? I clicked the wrong button and I have no HUD. Can we back out and just lock in real quick again? Major apology. Sorry guys, sorry guys. That's on me, that's on me. Alright, everyone back out, lock your same agents. I will get the HUD corrected and we will get this rolling as soon as possible. My bad. Dang it! I tried! And we're back, and I clicked the right button this time. Okay, yeah, guys, sorry. Just go ahead and lock your same agents. That's my bad. All right. Thankfully, they are very... Thankfully, they're so nice about it. And it wasn't like midway through. It was still at the start of the game. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. Oh my goodness. That was a very good start. All right, we are good now. Sorry about the delay. Good luck. That's completely on me. That's completely on me. You know, it's slightly more difficult when you have to do everything in a broadcast. Yeah, I will say, but at the same time, I shouldn't have messed up like that. That's on me. Good luck to both of these teams. I hope their games go smooth. You know, minor hiccup. Hopefully didn't stump any of their momentum. And here we go into map 1. Corrode MYST. Venomyst versus Miku Mercenaries. I don't know why I said it like that. Quick opener over here towards A main. Jules is going to feel all the pressure right now. Doesn't manage to dodge the dart, but the dart recon bolt gets a lot of value. Red Nose absolutely dashing out to try to get some map space back almost immediately. Buddy D takes the site rapidly. Jules does end up getting a first pick despite being outnumbered at the start of the round. But Miku Mercenaries firing back. Lord of Banana with a quick little pick. And now contained into the site. Venomyst is going to have to try and do a pinch play. Jules holding onto that A-link space. Very good, but now spotted out. Two remaining players over in CT are going to have to try to make something happen here. Oh, and make something happen they will not, because Banana is just absolutely dominating. Finds another one on the round, and now it's just aimless in a 4v1. Oh my goodness, Banana finding 4 almost immediately. What amazing shooting. I mean, even the fact that it's a pistol round, still just finding great value immediately. Now coming into this round with a full shield guardian and half ult points already being taken. So Dimensional Drift is going to get online very soon here for Miku Mercenaries. They went ahead and decided to open up towards A main last round. It's the same exact play they're going to do this time. I might steal that dart from him, low key. Taking quick mid control with that low buy. Venomyst needs some map space here, but unfortunately Banana's going to be the one to deny it. Finding 2 immediately. Fails to TP out, but still gets his value. And so much so, but in exchange for that mid control, Venomyst giving up the entire A site. So Plant is going to go down relatively free. And And it does look like they're going to all try and retake from mid here. Be hopping around, gathering their thoughts, deciding what the best course of action would be, but in turn giving Miku Mercenaries a lot of time to go ahead and make this cross. And now it's just stalled and stagnant. As Red Nose finally decides to bust a move, but the cross is going to collapse in on Venomyst. And now it's just aimless with nothing but a ghost. And paranoid. And hopeless. Because Leighton is there with the Spectre. Maintaining a lot of their better weaponry. Miku Mercenaries coming into this bonus round relatively comfortable, I think. And Dimensional Drift only one alt point away, so maybe if they go ahead and decide to fight for the mains like they have been, A-main's been relatively free. They could get Dimensional Drift online and potentially just win the bonus round here, if anything. Venomyst do have full rifles, but not the best shield. Looks like they're going to go ahead and go for a fast B main take here. Aimless tucked up in that corner. That is a disgusting wall corner. I sincerely doubt they're going to clear him. Oh my goodness. But Jet is just on top of it. And the Viper in the corner is cleared. Oh my gosh. The bonus round is just going the way of Miku Mercenaries immediately. Their fast-paced action is just unable to be countered. No rotates could come through quickly enough. And now again, it's Miku Mercenaries. Sorry, not Miku. It is Venomyst just in another retake scenario with Bananas shutting them all down. Miku are taking this map with decisive force. And like I hinted at, Dimensional Drift already online during round 3. I'm gonna mute all of them. I'm gonna mute all of them. I can't mute all of them for some reason. Give him a little warning. Give him a little warning. Venomyst now with full sheriffs in tow. Want to have that mid control, but with worse weaponry, they're not going to be able to get it without contesting some insane rifles. Jules spotted out immediately. Gets one, but is traded out. Not bad, especially on a round where all you have are sheriffs. Red Nose spotted out as well as Drift. And now retreating over into CT. Banana's going to want to get some more action. Fully blinded and overheating into the CT area. Jet finds one with the sheriff, but is traded out by Spanked. Now it is just aimless in a 1v3. Again, retaking from mid. This is 4 rounds in a row now where Miku are just taking all the space in the world. And the retakes are just hopeless. The retakes are just hopeless. I would sincerely decide to go ahead and fight for some space here, mid, in order to get some map space, because this is ridiculous. You shouldn't be having to play retake every single time, you know? And again, it's not like they have wonderful get one, get out agents other than Waylay, so they would really just have to set up for it. I mean, hopefully that's what they're going to attempt to do over here in A main, take some map space. But at the same time, Aimless is in for a 4-man charge, because the entirety of Miku Mercenaries is over on the B site. Neon Stun comes in, not quite executing yet, but the util is starting to weigh in on the B players to hopefully draw some rotates over. Draw some rotates over. It has 3 now are already on the B site with a 4th on the way. Now it's purely up to Red Nose to hold this passive information. Footsteps relayed. Venomyst knows. They're all aware of it as they hear all this action happening. Red Nose couldn't find one off the swing. Oh, unfortunate. Banana holding all this map space now. My goodness. And again, it's just Miku finding so much space by just running in. I don't feel like they've slowed down once. Baiting in the rotates. Venomyst trying to get ahead of not having to play retake, but at the same time, Miku's just throwing in a fake and charging over to the A site, draws over every single player, it seems like. I mean, Red Nose there with the passive map space. Just unfortunate that he couldn't find one, but I'm not even sure what I would tell Venomyst right now. If I were to call a timeout and yap to them for a minute. Oh my goodness. Banana taking so much map control with nothing but a clone and aura. Dimensional Drift getting closer and closer to online yet again. Drone spots out Aimless over in CT. Red Nose with nothing but a stinger on the site. Now as the recon comes through, clears out the relative area, but our Miku Mercenary is going to be able to close out the site. It does look like that's going to be the case, but at a heavy cost. 3 players down. Now a 2v2 retake. A minute left in the round. I'm not positive that Venomyst are going to be aware that they're not quite on yet. Diff does have a little sight line. Now as Spike is going to go down. Both the attackers are going to want to spread out a little to get as much space as they can. Jules with nothing but a classic. Might not end up winning this fight. Oh my goodness, but it was close. It was close. Miku closed out their 6th round in a row. Valiant effort by Jules there with the free gun. Unfortunately, isn't going to be enough. Majority of the round ultimates are going to be coming online now. My gosh. Lord of Banana 12 and 3, dude. Oh my gosh. Really? Wow. Wow. That is some crazy work. I mean, it's fully expected. Okay, now they are going to go for some A main control. All the noise is being made. Seize is out. Counterblind is there too. Fighting for this A main control. It's going to be Banana down. Jules takes the first blood, but Buddy quick to trade up. Map space being taken by Andre, I want to say that is. I'm sorry, I haven't pronounced that name before. I apologize. Mercenaries are just going to decide to pivot over towards mid. Oh, but it's barely going to miss it. He does hear the footsteps, though. Does hear the footsteps. Jules is going to be rotating on over. Yep, and now it's even more obvious than before. That post plant is going to be taking place over on the B site. Ooh, quick fight over there, taken into mid. Oh my goodness. Now this is the most favorable Venomyst has ever been in a retake situation beforehand. Spanked is down, Buddy is down as well, and they get their first round on the board. Wonderful, wonderful work there by Venomyst. But at the same time, they're going to have to deal with the 4 ultimates that Miku have stored up during round 8. I mean, despite the loss, their econ is just so strong. Miku Mercenaries are still going to be able to buy full for, I'd say, the next 2 rounds. Or this round and the round after. Such amazing ultimates here, too. Aimless does have the Viper's Pit up in 1 alt point. And not dead yet over on the Clove. Might be pivotal. We're just going to have to go out and see. 5 opening with Dimensional Drift over towards A main immediately. Red Nose finds the initial pick onto Andre. Buddy finds the trade on the Red Nose. And now Hunter's Fury to try and clear out the site with the, oh my goodness, with the Dimensional Drift. Banana gets bored and shoots him in the head. Now A site is free. Jet finds a cheeky little kill onto Buddy, and Banana's overheating. Going into spawn, doesn't see the man behind him. Drift able to get one. Overheating is good when you have the momentum to do so, but sometimes it can bite you in the butt, just like that. A 2v2 retake. Like the setup over here by Miku Mercenaries. Drift is going to be taking first contact. Spots both. Not dead yet. Activated immediately. Oh my goodness, and it's going to be Spank closing out round 8. The 2v2 retake stopped by the disgusting little close high-low setup. In situations like that, whenever I come across people holding like that, I just panic. My crosshair doesn't know where to go. And they took such good advantage of that. Oh my goodness. 7 and 1. Venomyst are going to need to pull something very strong for the remainder of this half in order to stay in this game. It's going to be a 5-man opening towards A main again. But Venomyst are going to be ready for it, setting up 3 here immediately. Ready to fight whoever comes out. The C's comes out immediately. Buddy gets stopped by Red Nose despite the overdrive. And now Miku, for the first time this game so far, are down numbers before the spike is planted. Red Nose finds Leighton as well, and now it's literally get spanked in a 5v1. Venomyst have the setup down. They got the read on the round, and now, oh my goodness. Get spanked should have been gone a while ago. I'm glad he got one. Aimless gets on the board too. Nice, good job. Okay, Venomyst are finally starting to kind of figure out where Miku like to go, how they like to play. They had the amazing setup for A main. They had the GOAT setup for A main, and they really just seized the round before it even developed for Miku Mercenaries. But then again, Miku still have a full buy this round, so they're not out yet. Momentum is still heavily in their favor. Venomyst are looking to sway that. 2 out of the last 3 going their way. Now looking like a very slower opening over here towards B main. Aimless and CT gets a wonderful spam onto Banana. My goodness. Now as the execute utility comes out, Aimless is going to be caught out. No, it's going to be Aimless with the classic headshot. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, no. This is not good for you guys. Leighton does end up finding one with From the Shadows over in spawn. Leighton can manage to go ahead and get a little tap on the Red Nose. This would be huge. Uh-oh. Being held over there from heaven. Position spotted out very obviously. But with all this CT and heaven control, Miku Mercenaries are just going to be able to walk onto the site relatively free. That's not to say that Venomyst are ready with the retake. It is going to be, oh my goodness, kills come through in favor of Venomyst again. Spanked finds one. Realizes that both are going to be on B site. 30 HP though. One singular bullet from either of these Venomyst players is going to be the damage to do it. And seal the round again. Full utility. 1 alt point off of Hunter's Fury. May or may not come into play this round. I don't believe so. And as the spike goes down, Venomyst players realize that it was planted over on A. In order to win this round, they are going to need to... oh my goodness, I just had a stutter. They are going to need to hug each other, because that is how you get trades in this game. I see far too many ranked players just splitting up for no reason, and it's in a numbers advantage. Shock Dart comes through. Fortunately, not going to get any major damage. Position revealed, and it is just going to be Jules closing out. Get spanked over an elbow. Valiant effort, but unfortunately not going to be enough. Venomyst finding 2 in a row. And this is the exact amount of momentum they're going to need to carry their confidence through into the next half. See if they can even diminish the round deficit that's already been developed. They do have some amazing retake here with the Viper's Pit. The spike goes down and Miku are playing off site. That is GG's. As well as Convergent Pass. I had to pull up F1 to read the name. Convergent Pass on the Waylay. They might even end up going to fight a main area for it. Oh. This could be the play. This could be the play. Then again, Miku Mercenaries for the first time are splitting and defaulting. A 3-1-3 setup over here. Nobody was spotted in A main. Jules taking that orb very quickly. Drone spots nobody. But they do know the fade is going to be an A main regardless of whatever they saw. Smoke goes down. Jet finds the first pick. Oh my goodness, finds 2. That's some huge value. That is what Venomyst needs starting the round. Momentum's just been going their way so heavily. And they've just been maintaining it so well with little smart plays like that. Amazing opener from Jet. And I'm not kidding. Jet is the name. Jet is the name. Look at the scoreboard. Oh, little brawl going over here on B main. Leighton versus Aimless. It's going to be the controller diff. Leighton finding all that B space. But then again, take a look at the spike. Over there in that middle area. Has not been picked up yet. Do take a look at Leighton, though. Taking all of the space. Drift is aware of the mid... Or, not the mid gap. The gap in spawn. Leighton's going to be caught with his knife out. Nice, Drift King. Good awareness. Amazing timing. Gotta have your guns out. Gotta have your guns out to avoid situations like that. And Anna finds another one, but with his 7 HP and 15 seconds left on the clock, I'm not sure it's going to go their way. Convergent Paths catches absolutely nobody. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure that's the situation you'd want to use that in. I'm not even sure they had enough time to go ahead and plant the spike, even if they got it mid. Not sure I fully agree with that decision, but then again, Nightfall and Into the Pit still online, so I suppose not much retake value lost there. It is what it is. I'm not sure Buddy's going to be able to purchase a full shield and rifle here. Might have to opt for the regen shield, if anything. And I speak, and it happens. Oh, never mind. Go with the judge. All right, I'm excited to see how this plays out. Is this the 4th dimensional drift this half? I think this is the 4th one. The entirety of A site is cleared out. Only CT players remain. There's going to be 3 of them now. So they start to realize that the threat is over on A. Spike goes down, and now 40 seconds left in the round. All 5 players alive. This is going to be a very hectic retake, I would imagine. But with 4 players coming from CT in such a thin little choke point, I'm not sure this is going to go their way. Nightfall is at the ready. Catches 2 players. Corner is cleared. Buddy is revealed. But with a judge and a reload, oh my goodness, somehow manages the escape. Lord of Banana finding the first kill on the round, traded out very quickly by Drift King. Leighton finding another one as well, and now it's down to a 2v3 as Drift finds another one. 2 elbow players, 1 on the site. Now it's all up to Jules. Not going to be able to find it. Leighton finds 3 on the round to keep the round deficit up in their favor coming into the next half. I really enjoyed what Venomyst were doing over there in the later stages of the half, losing 6 in a row and then adjusting to end up 4-2 in the last 6 rounds. I enjoyed how they were taking the game and how they were reading Miku Mercenaries to the best of their ability. So I would say, other than the start, this is a very even game. But then again, we're just going to go ahead and have to see how Miku Mercenaries are going to handle their defensive round with 2 movement duelists, you know, decent sentinel. Well, it's only like 1 trip realistically. Well, we're just going to have to go ahead and see. And I would imagine Venomyst are going to want to play a slow and more methodical attack side. I know how Jules likes to play. She was IGL for me on a Premier team. Double controller, no less. Oh my goodness, very quick little entry bait for the wall. Red Nose is going to be really the only player able to counter it. I mean, Jet, I suppose, with the updraft, but at the same time, Red Nose with a 1-click button, get out of jail free card. Does look like the spike is going to be walking on over to A main. Orb is going to be grabbed. I just want to say, I instinctively held up my scoreboard because I do that whenever I'm in game to get info on whoever is in a main area. Oh my goodness. All right, fights are going to go down over here. Elbow control is going to be seized very quickly. And it's only 1 player on the site right now. It's going to be Get Spanked versus the World currently. Oh my goodness, but Sinjin does end up finding one very fast. Now site is giving up. It's all under Venomyst control. As the 2v2 retake is going to have to take place here. Oh no! Buddy! How is Buddy not on alive there? Now it's Miku Mercenaries in a 2v1. Last player's position is revealed. All they have to do is shine some bullets through the wall, and it is going to be Miku Mercenaries here with the pistol round. Very slow round there from Venomyst. Trying to find whatever map space they could. And then ends up on the A site. A very wonderful push, but a better, even better retake by Miku Mercenaries over there. Now again, both pistol rounds won by Miku Mercenaries. I'm just going to have to go ahead and see how they carry themselves in the next 2 or 3 rounds. Only a couple away from the map win on Corrode. Last opener here over towards B main. Oh my goodness. The Fade Prowler blocking the vision of Andre so that the head tap was unable to be revealed. Sacrificing himself for the greater good. Red Nose takes a little bit of chip damage to get that Vice Shear, I believe it's called, offline. We should actually check. It is Shear. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Jules is an insert. Oh no, gonna be caught out by Sinjin taking that disgusting map control. Oh my goodness. But at the same time, Buddy has so much information over here that Miku Mercenaries know for sure that they're going to be ending A. All the footsteps in the world over towards the A site, and I'm sure Get Spanked is screaming at his team right now. Get over here! Get over here! They're all an elbow! Finds one on the Red Nose. That's all we could ask for. Oh my goodness. Buddy finding two with the Judge, and now it is purely aimless in a 1v4. Scratch that 1v3. Position revealed. 3 heads, 3 bullets. Come on, make it happen. All good. NC. Banana just doing disgusting work out here. 14 rounds in, 10 and 20. I believe he just got to Immortal 2 as well. Banana, 94 RR up in Immortal. My goodness. This is some insane work being done. Oh, Buddy just activated the ghost. What happened? What happened? No, go see in my lobby. I'm also the admin this game, so aside from casting, I gotta make sure the little kitties behave and such. Whoa, little spam coming out onto Red Nose. Down to 50 HP, but thanks to the regen shield, healing back up very nicely. Get Spanked wants to get in here and get dirty with the stinger, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. Lord of Banana finding 2, as well as Spanked finding another. And then as I was saying that, Banana finds a 3rd. And now, again, it looks like Miku Mercenaries are just going to win the bonus round with sheer force. Aimless in a 1v4. This is exactly how last round played out, except Miku Mercenaries are just not allowing the site to be taken from them. And just thirsty for the kill. Both players swing out. Aimless down. This just purely looks like a team diff. A player diff on Miku Mercenaries' favor. Bonus round in their hands now, and coming into this one with an even better buy. It looks like this round 4 is sealed. But Jules is going to be the one to call a timeout real quick to see if they can go ahead and get their team online. How's my observing, guys? How is it? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, the cinematics. See, I can be proud of myself when stuff like this is happening and I don't have a team doing it for me. Yeah, Ace in the chat. No party chat allowed. I made sure that it was only the Valorant audio. Sorry, Valorant audio and the Discord audio. No team chat. No party chat. Jules 6-7. I assume the score was 6-7 at that point. Let's go, Leighton! Rah! Cheering for Leighton. Nice. Banana's in chat. What are you doing in here, man? You got a game to play. Bro, my 4K got cut off. Why are you watching the stream? Banana. Banana. Get out of here, man. Very quick opener over here towards mid. Completely uncontested, it looks like. Aimless finding a quick first blood on to Get Spanked. That's the opener that they're going to need. Aimless demonstrating that, in fact, he is not aimless. He is aim full because he just found 2 on the round to open them up. Banana and Buddy, both duelists on Miku Mercenaries. Finding a quick trade to even out the round yet again, but Dimensional Drift for the 5th time in the game so far spots out all 3 remaining players, 1 in elbow and the last 2 remaining on site. Leighton on the way with the paranoia. That is a huge play. Buddy finds a 3rd on the round for the retake. Drift King going for an ult here. Oh no. Oh no. A dire situation anyways, but at the same time, facing match point, I mean, I suppose I might have done the same thing in desperation. There's not much you can really do there. I do not blame Drift for that. I do not blame that at all. More unfortunate than anything, I would say. Now facing a match 1 down. Jules, you forgot this one. You forgot this one right here. You forgot this one. Facing match down as well as morale down. They're going to need to corral themselves. Buddy finding a very quick pick. And now it's Leighton being charged up. The rest of the map completely uncontested. Venomyst really not spreading themselves out too far. And that's going to go ahead and bite them because Lord of Banana is taking all of this map space right now. Not even entering the site yet. Nobody is watching their backs. Nobody is watching their backs. Banana's going to be able to find one uncontested. And now they know the remaining players are just stuck in the smoke. It's just a 4v1. Oh my goodness. And it is just Miku Mercenaries all the way. That is just unfortunate for Venomyst, only finding 4 in the entire round. Let's go ahead and take a look at that scoreboard for you guys. 385 ACS. Oh my goodness. That is some insane work. That is some insane work. Now our next map is going to go ahead and be Abyss. Abyss. I like the intention of Venomyst, right? Like I enjoy how they're deciding to take some rounds, right? But at the same time, it's too slow for attack, I think, and you just got to have some more map control. They were just kind of sitting in the choke point. Yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough. It really is. Oh, that's the wrong team. It was Miku Mercenaries, the ones to take it. Bada bang. There we go. There we go. That looks good. That looks good. And with a round deficit of, I mean, what was it? 13-4? Oh my gosh. Dude, Miku Mercenaries just finding everything and just taking no prisoners, dude. Oh my goodness. Especially Lord of Banana. Especially Sinjin. 385 ACS. I'm not even sure I have ever played a ranked game with somebody with that good ACS. That's insane. That's insane to me. Well, we are going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break here while we wait for Abyss. Give these players a break like we do in every match, and as you should too. Don't insta-Q comp unless you're feeling good. I'll see you guys map 2. Thank you for watching.
Mindlessly grind for thousands of hours on competitive games like CSGO, League, and Overwatch, but I was always stuck around silver and gold, so I wasn't some cracked face at level 10 pub stomper that transitioned over to Valorant. To avoid being hard stuck again, I reworked my entire approach to learning games, and through trial and error, I managed to hit Radiant multiple times since episode 1. I've also shared my learning lessons to help hundreds of players hit Immortal and Radiant inside my 8-week coaching program, so I know these tips will also help you. If you want personalized feedback from me and my team of Radiant coaches with BCT experience to rank up 500 RR in 8 weeks guaranteed or your money back, use the link below to book a free call with me or one of my coaches to see if you'd be a good fit. Let's begin with the Iron to Bronze players. When you're at this rank, it honestly just takes time and practice to learn the basic mechanics of the game. And these tips assume that you don't have a 30 FPS setup that's holding you back. Basics such as getting used to stopping before you shoot, making sure you're not walk peeking around angles, learning to pre-aim angles before you peek, which requires a bit of map knowledge, learning basic spray patterns of the most commonly used guns in game, getting used to micro adjustments and trigger discipline, so not shooting before your crosshair is fully on the target, and slowly developing good crosshair placement at head level. It sounds so basic, but that's really all you need to get out of bronze and hit silver. To work on these basics, I made a whole 46-minute video that will teach you how to learn every mechanic in Valorant, which you should definitely watch. But if I were to pick the top 3 drills to focus on, it would be the micro adjustment drill, the spray control drill, and the tracking drill. The micro adjustment drill will help you with your first bullet accuracy and micro flicks. The spray control drill will help you land more of your shots, even if you can't hit as many headshots just yet. And the tracking drill will help your crosshair placement because it will help you focus on keeping the crosshair at head level while moving at all times. Notice how I didn't tell you to use aim trainers. At this level, most of the work involves learning basic gun and movement mechanics of the game. Now, Once you're out of bronze, you've officially made it to the ranks that the majority of players in Valorant are. Silver is a rank that I initially placed at, and I managed to quickly climb out of it by mainly focusing on improving my mechanics. However, picking up the basic patterns of the game will help you get out of silver and gold even faster. Players at this rank are generally familiar with the map layouts and basic callouts. They know the basics of what different agent abilities do, they kind of understand econ management, and they know the basic shooting and movement mechanics now. However, having knowledge about something doesn't mean you're actually able to apply that knowledge. Knowledge and application are two completely different things, and this is where silver to gold players struggle. The reason why application is so difficult is because, to be honest, you're still learning the 4 basic patterns that exist in the game. Mechanical patterns require you to understand concepts such as angle advantages, enemy peeking patterns, peeker's advantage, and so on to help you decide how you want to approach every gunfight. For example, even if you have the best aim in the world, if you're holding an angle that you have an angle disadvantage in, the enemy will kill you before you can even see them on your screen. So you wouldn't want to take a gunfight in that angle standing stationary. So to improve this aspect of the game, you need to learn the different types of peeks that exist in the game and how to apply them, as well as the concept of angle advantage and how to use it to your advantage to take favorable gunfights. All the details of that can also be found in my longer mechanics guide. The second pattern that exists in the game is economy patterns. It requires you to understand what good econ and ult point management looks like to help you decide when to buy or save, and how you might want to play the round depending on the weapons and ultimates that you and the enemy team have available. For example, even if you have the best aim in the world, if you peek into an angle where an enemy is holding you with a bucky, you're gonna get one pumped and die. Or if you see that an enemy KO has his ultimate available on Breeze, there's a good chance he'll use it over on the B site where the Viper or Cypher is playing. Keeping track of ultimates, guns, and paying attention to the economy will be a crucial point to focus on more at this level. The third pattern you gotta understand is positioning patterns. They require you to understand concepts such as angle isolation, optimal spacing for trades, ally and enemy rotation options and timings, basic attacking and defending side defaults, playing off of contact, map control, and so on to help you decide how to position yourself around the map. For example, no matter how good your aim or reaction time is, if you're caught out in the open and you get peeked from 2 different angles at the same time, there's a very high chance that you won't survive. Or let's say if your team has poor spacing while entering a site, there's a very good chance that your team will get picked off one by one without being able to trade each other at all. Lastly, utility patterns require you to understand concepts such as ally and enemy util timings, combos, counters, and so on to help you decide how to maximize the value you get from your and your teammates' utility. For example, even if you have the best aim in the world, if you get unexpectedly flashed, there's a very low chance that you're gonna win the fight. But if you can anticipate where and when the enemy likes to flash, you can come up with counterplays. As you continue to learn the basics of the game and you've gotten out of gold and managed to hit plat, it's a continuous process of refining the basic fundamentals in the game to hit diamond. However, I hit a wall when I reached diamond 1. And keep in mind, this was before Ascendant was a rank. I kept fluctuating between Plat 3 and Diamond 1, and that's when I started to think more critically about how I was playing the game. Around Plat and Diamond is when you start to see 3 different types of players. Players who are overly reliant on their aim and have practically 0 game sense. Players who are overly reliant on their utility and agent mastery, aka lineup players who don't understand the principle behind what actually makes a good lineup. And lastly, players who are a weird mix of both that fall in the in-between where they're well-rounded but not really exceptional in anything either. I fell into the first category of players. I remember I was an all-aim, no-brain Reyna in Plat who ego-peeked every angle, but the moment I understood the reason why 1-for-1 trades favor the attackers, I stopped my old habits and started to play a lot more around my teammates' positioning and utility. Ask yourself all the time, is this a high-risk, high-reward fight that's worth it for me to take? Or is this a high-risk, low-reward play that's going to put my team in a difficult spot? If you fall into the second category of players, you have to break the habit of over-relying on utility to get kills. Sometimes thinking too much about your utility will put you in positions where you miss the timing on getting easy frags. You can't keep compensating your lack of confidence in your aim with your util. You also need to ask yourself whether your util is actually providing value to your team or not. If your crazy lineup lands even 3 seconds after your team started the execute, it's already late. If you fall into the last category of players where your skills are more well-rounded, but everything is a bit lackluster, focus on one skill at a time to improve, one at a time. Once you hit Ascendant, the game can start to feel pretty sweaty. Players between Ascendant 1 to Immortal 1 are comfortable with recognizing in-game patterns and for the most part can make correct decisions quickly. However, the reason why players get stuck in this rank is because the problems that they struggled with between Plat and Diamond are amplified even more. So in an attempt to fix their weakest skills, a lot of players between Ascendant and Immortal end up struggling with overthinking. Overthinking your problems is understandable, because the higher up you climb in Elo, the more you're going to be punished for your mistakes, so you become fixated on fixing those weaknesses as soon as possible. But this mindset can backfire in so many ways and keep you hard stuck. For example, an Ascendant 2 Sky player might now be pretty good at some components of the game, such as mechanics and positioning, but they might have identified that their util usage is still subpar. In an attempt to work on their weakest skills, they focus too much on using their utility. What ends up happening then is during a fast site hit, they try to throw all their flashes and use their dog to get onto the site, when they could have just played contact, pop one quick flash around the corner or out of the smoke, to then have their gun out to trade their teammates out. This is an example of you don't know what you don't know. In an attempt at trying to solve the problem, you end up spending hundreds of hours trying different things and seeing what sticks after trial and error. Ascendant wasn't around back in episode 1, but around Diamond 2 and 3, right before Immortal, I was VOD reviewing myself every day and even getting coached when I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong myself. It was through that experience where I learned what the traits of an optimal entry pathing looks like. I didn't realize that my entry pathing was terrible when I was in a lower rank, because if an enemy peeked me while I was running out, I could easily flick to them and kill them. But in higher ranks, the enemies also had good aim, so the small delay in me needing to flick, microdress, and shoot was more than enough time for the enemies to kill me before I can even shoot. That's when I learned the importance of how to maximize angle isolation for every site that I would entry. This was an issue that specifically pertained to me.
Welcome back, everybody. Map 2 is going to go ahead and be Abyss. This side just swapped around. Miku is now going to be on your left, starting as defenders. Venomyst is going to be on your right, starting on the attackers. Banana, get spanked, buddy. It looks like it is going to be just mirror comp, the same exact thing as they were playing on Corrode, but instead going for the Astra, which I honestly think is a sleeper pick in ranked, especially. I don't see enough people playing Astra in ranked. It is so slept on and so good. But in a team setting, it is even better because you're just able to coordinate with people that you've been playing with so often. And they are locked in for this pick. They are completely locked in. They know exactly what they want to do. So Miku took map 1. So if they win this one, they are 2-0. They are 2-0. Only one team is going to remain undefeated out of here. And that is a title to hold for bragging rights, at least at this part of the season. You don't know what the future holds, but all you can do is take it match by match, game by game, round by round. And that is what both teams are going to do their best to attempt to do here. Going for the double duelist, Reyna Jet, the Sova Omen, and the Vice. Both teams going for a Vice here, which I really like. Despite the nerf... Ooh, excuse me, sorry. Despite the nerf, still a very solid pick overall. And I honestly want to see more people still playing Vice. Venomyst do want to go for a fast opener towards B. We did see that their attack half was the weaker one because Miku were just taking all of that map space pretty much uncontested now. But thankfully, Venomyst are going to have a Sentinel trip for the first time. You know, nothing could stop a Yoru TP, but you can do your best to stop the other 4 players. And now here we go, underway. Map 2. Miku with 1 point on the board. And Venomyst going to try and claw their way to get back the momentum that they so desperately need. Especially on this attack side. Very fast entry over here. Backside. Jet finding one onto Andre and rapid quickness as well as Banana over on Heaven. I am enjoying what I am seeing out of Venomyst so far to start this game. And now Miku forced onto the retake. Suspicious of a mid player. One's not going to be there. Red Nose wants to take a cheeky little pick. And he will. And Spank gets spanked. Leighton finds the trade though. Now down to a 2v4. Miku need to find something here very desperately. Buddy in of 1v4. Jumping classic. Finds one on the Jet. Okay. Okay. Didn't go down without a fight. Did not go down without a fight. Now with one on the board. Miku's Mercenaries Jet just popping off on that entry. Such a solid pick for the Jet to be on Jet. You know, who could have thunk? Who could have thunk someone with their name as the agent would be good at it? Again, an opener towards A main. Gonna send Drift King over here to take this passive space over on B. Now 2 players remaining in the same spot backside, gonna do their best to anchor here. I'm not positive that shear, that vice wall is gonna reach over into drop. Then again, I can't exactly see. It's a little obstructed by the razor wire on that top left minimap icon near the jump up on B. But all the noise is going to drive out every single rotator to go over towards B as Jules takes so much passive mid space. Oh my goodness, all 5 players for Miku just sprinting over. They know they've been duped. They know they've been fooled. Now Venomyst are going to have a free A site, completely uncontested. Spanked and Andre, though, very low, which may end up not being in their favor. Grouped up is not the play, I don't think. But then again, we're just gonna have to go ahead and have to see how this plays out. Drift King finding... What in the world just happened? Give him the ace! Layden, can you stop him? No, you can't! Drift King finding 5! Finding 1 in the smoke, finding 2 behind it, and just finishing it out with the Bulldog. The Nocturnum... The Nocturnum Bulldog and the skin line is now complete. Every single finisher will have that big old beast every time he does it now. Drift King making a statement for the attack side. Oh my goodness. I think we know the player to look out for here. What a wonderful play. Now going very fast over here on mid, taking this control. Spike with aimless though, still over in B main. Almost seems like they're going to want to take vents here. That's exactly what they're doing. And then end vents with it as well. Spank finds 1 very quickly though. Traded out by Red Nose. Now having control is theirs. Andre, the site anchor, finding 1 onto Drift King. Uh-oh, Mai gets spotted out over there on bridge. Neither player able to connect enough shots though. Wow, Banana finding 1. That is going to relieve a lot of pressure. And now the spike isn't really going to be able to go down here. Miku finding the bonus round. Miku so far 3 bonus rounds in a row, all gone their way. Or you know what? I suppose the team to win the first 2 rounds of a half, the 3rd round is their bonus round. Well, either way, Miku winning the 3rd round in every single half so far. Good sign of their force playstyle. Not force, rather, but aggressive playstyle. Whenever they're ready for it, they will absolutely seize every opportunity they're given. Silvadar doesn't connect anything, unfortunately. Crosshair slightly farther to the right, you would have had it. Banana finding 1 through the smoke. What in the world? Well, shoot, I guess that's how you do it. Jules here might get a little fight on the Leighton on B. Is going to attract Lord of Banana. But you know what? I'm not positive. Oh my goodness. Didn't see a pick. And decides to leave before Venomyst start making their charge up. Jet going very quickly. Head taps Banana through the wall. Isn't going to be able to close it out, unfortunately. Killed way too quick for any more of that damage to come through. Lord of Banana very low, little leg shot. Jules is going to find 3 on the round so far. When did these get here? And now, oh, above you, gets spanked, finds Jules. Okay. Miku Mercenaries putting together a solid defensive half. When the guns are evened out, you know they'll be good for it. So far, it's just looking like Jules really taking passive map space away from the remainder of the team and then just kind of pivoting towards that area. So I feel like Jules has a lot of pressure that she is building up around the map areas she takes. And that's what Miku Mercenaries are really going to end up responding to for the most part on defense. At least that's what I'm reading so far. It is going to be Drift King this time. 2 going to be mid. Might be more than he bargained for, especially with Lord of Banana being the one down mid. As Vice Shear is baited out for the first time. Oh my goodness. Okay. Dimensional Drift online. Drift King spotted out with the knife. Oh my, it didn't even look like the crosshair was on Drift. But it was, as the entry towards A is semi-successful, but pop shots are being taken over from Heaven in every single angle you can imagine. Buddy with the op from Heaven. Uh-oh, whiffs the shot. The wall does come out. Numbers even out. Jules finds one. That's huge. That's major. Now it's only Buddy. Jules and Red Nose. You know the op was Heaven. The smoke is going to come down. Now sightline is closed off. Jordy might be the play, but then again, Red Nose, if he hears this jump out, this would be amazing. 2 players so close. Oh, Buddy, if you went for that. Oh my goodness. 1 player from CT, 1 Heaven. Not positive about the Heaven player. They know CT. Buddy's going to take a pop shot from Heaven. The patience pays off. Oh my goodness. Red Nose fighting one with the Sheriff, and the dismiss is there as well. 1 single op shot, but overdrive online. Buddy is going to use the alt point to close out the round. A very smart and decisive move. A Sheriff and a 1-bullet operator. I'm not sure you can make any better decision there. Very fortunate that Buddy had the overdrive at the ready. A very close round here from Venomyst, but the map space wasn't there. Lord of Banana just taking it with the dimensional drift and the cheeky unalt onto drift. So far, a very fun map to watch. Both teams kind of neck and neck. Actually, Miku putting together a nice little streak here. A lot of the momentum going in their direction. And now, especially with the defensive op and the 3-stack towards B, I'm not sure Venomyst are going to have too much success over here. Especially with Sinjin, if he has anything to say about it. Aimless finds the trade, but not after Sinjin finds 2. And now, especially with the Abyss rework, the site is so much more difficult to recon on. And there's so many more crevices to hide on. Oh my, wait, Aimless finds another one and Jules finds others in the map? What is happening? Jules is the deadliest lurker I've ever seen. So much aura, so much power in this map space that she's taking. Oh my goodness, Get Spanked finds a cheeky little kill and swings out and taps Jules. You want to talk about aura? That's aura. Able to isolate those kills. I'm not even sure fully expected Jules to be. I mean, definitely saw Jules go bend, but not be main that quickly. Oh my goodness. Spank, that is such a wonderful play by you. But at the same time, take a look at the alt economy of Venomyst. 5 at the ready at any given time. None being so... What's the word I'm looking for? I mean, for an attack team, you have Empress, Bladestorm, none of which are really like powerful at taking map space. I mean, other than the Steel Garden, I suppose, but Banana being punished for that greedy little peek over into B main. Now Leighton is the lone sight anchor. Oh my goodness, finds Jet immediately. Might end up finding one more, and he does. Red Nose goes down. 3 versus 3. But what's kind of crazy about this is that 2 of the Venomyst players are mid. It's going to be 1 now with the From the Shadows. Jules deciding to help the teammate over on the main.
Thorns activated.
But now the panic is settling in for Miku Mercenaries as From the Shadows just plants so many seeds of doubt into their head. The spike goes down, and now it has been settled. They haven't spotted Drift yet. They have not spotted the enemy Vice lurking around. Now it is going to be uncleared as well. Vice is going to end up finding one, especially with the attention now driven over to Aimless. Crunched in from the top. Paranoia comes down. Drift is spotted out, and it's going to be Drift taken down despite the amazing lurk, and Jules finding the one to close the round. Jules has so much value right now. Jules has arguably the most value in the game at this point. Just the lurky playstyle and able to support it with amazing gunplay. Jules just taking everywhere. I think it was Corrode. Oh yeah, I played Jules in one of the scrims on Corrode, and oh my goodness, such an annoyance on the such an annoyance playing on the other team. No, it was Bind. Jules is just so good at taking disgusting amounts of map space with pressure, while the rest of her team just takes, you know, other stuff. Fight is taking place down in A main. Miku Mercenaries down for the count. Aimless and Jet finding the openers to punish that 4-man push. I mean, worse weaponry, sure, but still. Uh-oh, and Andre is going to be spotted out too. Down immediately. It's a very decisive round from Venomyst here. 4-4. I see Weighted in chat. Doug, start glazing the right team, please. I don't know what the right team is. The right team is whoever's making the cool plays. And right now, in the past 2 rounds, it is Venomyst. For sure. Hey, I will talk about the game and whatever happens. Alright, unbiased source here. I like Sinjin, Banana. I like Jules. I don't really know anyone else. I'm going to be honest. I like people on both teams, alright? I'm as unbiased as I can be. But he's not going to be spotted out by Owl Drone here. Oh, that's very fortunate. That is very fortunate. Now, Buddy's going to go ahead and move up after this. Footstep made. So, Venomyst is going to be known as playing mid right now. Buddy has all the space. This is a disgusting position, by the way. I can tell you with absolute certainty that nobody walks up mid and clears that right side that Buddy was in. What is going on over here? Leighton. Jules. What? Dude. What? Leighton's gonna find 2.
That creature is...
What? How did that happen? How in the world does that happen? How does Leighton sneak by Jules so... What? That's crazy to me. Spike goes down. 2v4 anti-retake here. Oh my goodness. I'm just... Miku Mercenaries close it out very efficiently, but oh my gosh. How does Leighton sneak by Jules, or how does Jules sneak by Leighton? I was focused on the mid players, and then I swap over to Leighton. What? I'm gonna have to watch that back when the delay catches up, because oh my goodness.
1 second, peeps. I gotta visit the Astral to play some stars.
All right. We got both controllers over here taking map space while lurking. That's insane. Wait, you have 3 stars on the B main? That is bold. That is bold. Oh no, sorry. 2 stars and 1 is the yeah. Buddy over here taking quick main control, getting the information for Gitspank to go ahead and get kills off the Hunter's Fury. The plan is successful because 2 are found. Venomyst down 2 players immediately starting into the round. Banana going for a little more. I would back off here if I were me. But that's because I'm a careful player and Banana is an Immortal too, so... Buddy wants to go for the big jump over here, or just sit in the corner? Okay, sit in the corner. You're definitely more allowed to sit in these corners, especially with the initiator buff, or excuse me, not a buff. The initiator rework slash nerf, where recon bolts now take 60 seconds to recharge. Very quiet over an A. Nobody's gonna make a move yet. Oh, angle holds being broken up. Jules might have one onto Leighton. The jump spot is there though. Jules does close that mid player out, and now all of mid is under Venomyst control. Delicate retakes are going to need to be taking place here. The pivot is going to go towards B, but with 20 seconds remaining, Venomyst are going to have to pick up the pace a little bit here and start sprinting towards the site. 15 seconds. You got to go now. You don't have time for this. You sincerely do not have time for this. Oh no, this is gonna come down to the wire. The spike is not gonna go down. Miku Mercenaries win the round. Oh, too slow. Oh my goodness. Jules finds a consolation kill, but still, you need to pick up the pace. You need to be sprinting there at 20 seconds, not 15. Especially from that far away. You haven't done any exploring on the B site. You're going to need more time to figure out what's going on over there. You haven't run into any Sentinel util. You can only figure... you just got to pick up the pace there. That's so unfortunate for Venomyst. They're going to make that mental note. They're going to make that good adjustment. Might be next round, though, because they're going into this with seemingly 2 hero rifles. Very fast execute. Shoot, I mean, I guess if it works out, and you get extra damage there. I was surprised that Aimless was doing the Hunter's Fury so close to the choke point, but you might know something I don't. Now, 3v5 retake here for Miku Mercenaries. All 3 ultimates, Steel Garden, Dimensional Drift, Astral Wall. This could go well for them if they play it correctly, if they manage to break sight lines, isolate angles. So many deadly angles being played here, though. Now, 3-man retake. Blind is going to come through. Fights are going to be taken. Aimless finds Andre with the classic, and now it's a 2v5. Once more, desperation plays are going to come in play here, and it's not even going to be... it's not even going to be anything. Venomyst find a flawless round in such a convincing fashion. But now this is the last round of the half. 3 alts for Miku Mercenaries. 3 pivotal alts, I will say. Arguably the most important alts this team could possibly have. And they do have them. The only thing close for Venomyst is just 1 off from the Shadows and 2 off Bladestorm. But with the better weaponry, it might not even matter.
Revealing area.
Another silent, quiet opener over towards A. Aimless walking up. This is a dangerous game that he's playing by himself. Now From the Shadows is online. We have seen Jules put up a lot of passive map pressure with this ultimate. A smoke middle for Red Nose to get map space. Aldrone will spot 1 player out. Not sure they saw exactly who it was, but now the pressure is over there, driving the A players away from the site. Clone spotted out. Wow, that is a bold fight from Red Nose. Banana taking advantage of that. Now the first pick coming in 50 seconds into the round. This just goes to show you the slow playstyle that Venomyst like to do. Now as Aldrone goes onto the A site, it's becoming more and more apparent that they are going to try and attempt to end over on A here. Avoiding the dart very, very sneakily. Shock dart gets max amount of damage. Dimensional Drift is online now. Spots 1 out in A main. Jules trying to go over in that flank. Banana caught out. Aimless is the one to close a kill out very quickly. Buddy finding 2 with overdrive, however. Gets traded out by Jules. Now a very dire situation for Venomyst. They're going to have to peek and get this spike down. It's going to be stuck before they can even peek through the wall. Miku, a 7-5 half.
Thank you.
This is a very even game, honestly. Taking a look at the scores, taking a look at the kills. Not really swaying one way or another. Individually, maybe towards me, maybe towards Venomyst, but still. Now we've seen Miku Mercenaries have a lot of success on their Corrode attack round. We're just going to have to go and see how they translate that over to us. No, I was about to say Ascend. Abyss. With pretty much the same comp. You know, you just don't have that Omen paranoia, but at the same time, when you have such deadly forces on your team and Sinjin And buddy, you just are able to capitalize off of every little thing. Banana, as I'm saying that, takes out Red Nose, manages to TP out. Aimless falls to his death. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. In chat. Unlucky. Happens to the best of us. Happened to me maybe 3 Abyss games ago. So honestly, not too much to say. Retake comes through here. Banana taken out. Oh, as well as Leighton. No, none of the Miku players are able to tap Drift King. He gets away with 2. What? That's probably the best outcome you could hope for. Just the aura of Drift standing there. Now that's some crazy work. Buddy again with the judge. We've seen a lot of Buddy judge plays so far. Has had relative success with it, especially on sites. No, go back by the judge. Aw, I guess the good gun will do. All, literally the entire roster of every team is taking a brawl over here in A main. Trades come through, no team successful. And now a third of the map has 8 of the players. Miku Mercenaries doing the smart play and deciding to move all the way over towards B, feeling the pressure from multiple agents over in A main. And now just going to be taking B site for pretty much no cost. Oh, Buddy gets caught out in mid trying to take other map space. Now that's going to free up Venomyst heavily. Despite the weaponry. They do have numbers, so if they play this correctly, Drift King going for another peak mid play, or not peak mid, peak heaven play, isn't going to work out this time. Going to be caught out peeking without his team. Now it is a 3v3. If Miku play this right, they have a guaranteed gimme round. Get spanked, finds 1 over in heaven. Now it is purely up to Red Nose and Jules. Red Nose finding a lot of value with that Phantom. Finds second Jules. Oh my goodness, now it is a 2v1. Miku Mercenaries in a desperate situation here. Get Spike needs to sneak around and make sure this spike is not defused. Spotted out immediately. Spike is half, goes over the top ropes, tries to find 1. Red Nose able to bodyguard Jules on the spike defuse and finds 3 on the round for the Thrifty, as well as a gun. Venomyst played that so efficiently. The gamble fight over into A, maintaining all that space, and then finding Buddy over in mid were honestly the 2 major plays to decide that round. Some excellent work over there by Venomyst, especially Red Nose on that round, climbing his way back in. 4-11 to now 7-11. You know, you can be down, but you're never out, and that just goes to show Red Nose on full display. Wonderful pivotal round there. Quick little opener up into middle here. Leighton taking map space like nobody's business. Wow, they're just gonna let him walk all the way up. And now Drift is gonna get 1 over in mid, or not get 1, but spot 1 over in mid. But it does look like Miku Mercenaries' plan is kind of collapsing in on them, as the superior weapons are gonna end up closing out a few kills. Scratch that, excuse me. Miku Mercenaries are gonna fight back through. It's all up to Banana in a 2v1. And now down to a 1v1. TP online. Spike is middle. Oh my goodness. Venomyst finding the 2nd in a row. It was very close. A little too close for comfort there, I'm not gonna lie. Miku Mercenaries, again, showing the fact that they just love to take map space that they don't deserve, but still somehow earn so decisively in every area of the map. Stealing middle from right under their nose, no pun intended. Stealing middle. Just almost sneaking away with it despite the lower round, despite the lower weapon economy. Now here's about the time in these next 2 rounds that ults are going to start to come online. Speaking of ults, load a banana with the dimensional drift. Spots out Drift. And now the writing's on the wall. Drift is going to get utiled like nobody's business. Banana might end up finding one. No, Red Nose finds one onto Banana. Wow. Okay. So now first pick's going in the way of Venomyst. Second pick's as well. Down to a 3v3, 2v2 before I can even finish my sentence. Things just happened so quickly. It's both Sovas over here. Caught up by the drone. Oh, no, aimless. Or no, get spanked. And now Andre with the position revealed. Footsteps being made. Aimless. If you jump over here, your gun barrel is spotted. Your gun barrel is spotted. This will be a disaster if you decide to jump across. Andre trying to isolate the fights. Here's the jump across, but Aimless too quick with it. Binds 3 on the round onto Andre. Venomyst with 3 in a row. Really finding their groove over here on defense. I'm surprised Drift was alive for that long, especially as the lone side anchor. Wonderful job. Coming into this with subpar weapons. Miku need to find some momentum here. They've lost a lot of it on their attack side. And likely to lose this one, so... I would honestly call a timeout here, if anything. Let's try and talk about what's going on. Talk about what can start to go right. Red Nose finding a spam through the smoke as well! What is going on here? Another one onto Buddy! Grabbing the alt orb. You know someone's spamming through heaven. You can't be there. Ooh, Leighton tries to go for the Jules fighting 2 mid. Oh my goodness, this is just collapsing for Miku Mercenaries. Venomyst have all the momentum in the world. They know exactly what to be doing on this defensive half. Crosshair broken up over there by Jet. Unable to close one out. Leighton just taken out back with the judge. I would seriously consider calling a timeout if I am on Miku right now. I would really want to call a timeout. Nothing is inherently wrong. It's just Venomyst are outplaying them on the rounds that matter. Speaking of rounds that matter, I feel like I've seen this happen before. Lots of players over here in the A main area. Blinded, reconned. Buddy getting a quick kill. Jules finding 2, Aimless finding 1 as well. And now taking out whatever A main players were there. For defense, Red Nose and Drift, they're just going to have to play some retake here. Decent utility online. Oh, it's not really going to matter anymore because numbers are dwindled down. Venomyst are going to go and play together. This is the smart thing to do. See if I can get a cinematic angle here. Oh. Nope. Taken out. Andre looks away. That is some unfortunate Valorant timing if I've ever seen it. Quite literally not much you can do there. It is what it is. Miku, despite 3 going down in A main, just able to do enough damage to successfully retake. Looks like they want to go and open towards A main again. That's how they're positioning themselves over in this A main area. 5 rounds in a row for Venomyst. Completely unfazed by anything Miku is trying to put together. But now with the buy round, Overdrive and Hunter's Fury, we're just going to have to go ahead and see how they try to claw themselves back into this, Miku Mercenaries. Recon's traded through. A little bit of pressure put over towards A main there. Now they want to pivot over towards mid to see whatever space they can get. Drone spots 1 out. Enemy Sova. Red Nose takes a fight over in mid, loses it out to Buddy. Now the first picks go the way of Miku Mercenaries. Aimless had that mid space, wants to back up now and try and maintain whatever numbers he has. Banana finding... What? Leighton, you cannot be doing this again. You cannot be lurking up on this B main space again. He can! He just steals the kill onto Drift. And now they own the entire site. But Jules has a very... Oh my goodness, had a very eager TP over into heaven. Buddy is just aware of it, aware of the sounds. Able to take that out. Jules unfortunately not going to be able to find anything for this round. So it does look like Miku might end up having a very favorable round for them. Not if Aimless has anything to say about it. Takes out 2 immediately. Recon's going to go ahead and reveal 1 player here. Leighton jump spotted as well. So 2 positions known. The only one who doesn't know is Get Spanked. So he is going to have to isolate his angles to the best of his ability. Peak is being dragged out by Leighton. This might end up working out for him. He can manage to find one. Nope, Leighton too shifty with it. Not only just sprinting over to the B site, but also just finishing it out very handsomely. And now Miku Mercenaries have a round for the first time in 6 rounds. Won the first of the half and now finally winning their second. This is the momentum they need if they want to start clawing themselves back into this round. It's not like they're even that far out, but the momentum has just been shifted in the way of Venomyst. But they need to continue on this streak the best they can. And I fear it might just have to come down to hero plays. I mean, look at how they won last round. Leighton just stealing B away from Drift. It's going to be another quiet opener from Miku. Taking it very differently. Owl Drone spots out neither of the players this far up. And Banana's going to take complete advantage of that, just stealing one immediately. And now already up on the bridge space, Red Nose is going to have a very shocking interaction with Buddy, stealing the map. Now Spike goes down over on bridge. The 2 B lurkers gonna rotate over through their own spawn. Now both duelists just left to do whatever stall util they can possibly manage. As Astral Wall finally goes down. Does look like Venomyst are going to just go for a save round here.
Portal closed.
Not a bad play. I mean, especially with their econ. Look at how uneven it is. 650, 100. They're gonna have ults coming into this next round as well. They're gonna have 4 ults. So I don't hate the save play. It's just very unfortunate that it's happening. But at the same time, Miku are just getting momentum back in their favor. I wonder if Venomyst can call a timeout or something to discuss the immediate changes that they've made and try to adjust to them. Because as far as I'm concerned, they still have the momentum. They won the past 5 out of 7. It's just these last 2 rounds that have been a minor hiccup for them. So if they can manage to get something going again, I'm sure that they're still in this game and in really good contention. Miku Mercenaries opening up for a fast B hit is what it's going to look like. Buddy goes mid yet again. Although with Overdrive, I'm sure you'd like to be over here in main. Never mind, scratch that. The play was to get the Alt Orb and get the Dimensional Drift to clear the site. Gets spanked, finds one onto Red Nose very quickly. But it's all a ruse, because they TP back out and leave. They are gone. And Buddy, to stall the push, was not spotted over in main, so it looks like this was just a B hit with a mid stall. Aimless trying to find whatever value he can with the Hunter's Fury. An inch to his left or his right would have found 80 damage. Oh my goodness, that's painful to watch as a Sova main. It sucks too because you can see the enemy highlights. Jet finds one very quickly. Now down to a 4v4 as Steel Garden comes out. Not before Sinjin finds another one. Both Vice Steel Gardens come out. Lord of Banana not caught out though, and all the picks go in favor of Miku Mercenaries. Banana just too quick for everything. Finds another 3 on the round. He's 21-17. I will say, Aimless having a significantly better game than last time. Congratulations to him. 20-14. The KDs are going heavily in favor of Venomyst right now. But I think it's just the team play and the macro that Miku Mercenaries are just coming away with the rounds. Some deep A main control being taken over here. But Owl Drone just desires to clear out this left area. Share is triggered. Now they're seeing just a very similar round to last time. Feign some noise over towards B main and do their best to rotate out. It does look like they're just gonna opt to come back now. But at the same time, you've just made all this noise. You know that Venomyst like to bite on the noise, and now they're just over here towards B. Shots are going to be fired. That noise is going to be made. The Astral Wall is being triggered as all the exec utility comes out. Neon Stun, Sova Dart, not going to be enough because Buddy finds his first over in the backside. Lord of Banana as well. Now it's down to a 5v3. The only lone side acre is just going to be Drift. Has not been spotted out yet. Might end up being spotted out eventually because they know they had not cleared a certain corner, and it is going to be delicately cleared out. Oh my goodness, Get Spanked finds one. And now it's all to Jet with a stinger. He's stunned by the Astral Well. Oh my goodness. What was that called? Gravity Nova Pulse. That's what it was. Gravity Well is the suck. I got you. I got you. So they bait and switch from last round, where they make a lot of noise B main and pivot over towards A. And then in the very same round, they make noise B, fake the pivot, and they go and execute B. Long enough to sow seeds of doubt into Venomyst's head to try and draw them back over towards mid and maybe see if they're going to end up on A. But at the same time, you have such a deep main control with Jet, with Bladestorm, you can just stay on B. It's fine. Red Nose takes Leighton out very quickly with that op. That is going to relieve a lot of pressure off, but Andre finding one on Jules. Get Spanked finds another on Red Nose. The site over on B is just going to be stolen. Overdrive comes over here into Link. Buddy DD finds one on Drift King Easy. And now the A main control is going to be completely useless, as now they're just going to have to retake against 4 players, as well as Hunter's Fury online too. And you're not allowed to save this round. You need to start going now. You're not going to have enough time, guys. You're just going to have to sprint up. Doesn't even matter.
Nowhere to run.
Hunter's Fury comes on 2, tags Jet up. Lord of Banana finds one and finds the second one. That is going to be match and series. Miku Mercenaries with a convincing 2-0. Lord of Banana yet again leading the leaderboards with a 300 ACS. Very well done. Aimless came back as well, but unfortunately just wasn't followed up. Both duelists here from Miku Mercenaries just putting on a show. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is some gameplay that I would like to see again. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited to see how far Miku Mercenaries go, especially I know how good Sinjin is. I think he was league champion what team was he with last year? I know he was champion. Let me see. Hall of Champions, where was he? That's Rex. Where was it? I know he was. Yeah. With Saints last year. He was the upper league champion with Saints. So, I mean, Miku Mercenaries have a league champion on their team, not to mention probably one of the best, if not the best, Yoru in IRP. He just puts on a convincing performance every single time he plays the game. That's just enough said. GG's. That was very fun to watch. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I also enjoyed yapping to you guys. Thank you for sticking with me. I know it was a bit of a solo show today, so I had to fill some space with whatever I had on my mind, on my mind palace, my noggin. did my best. Hopefully you thought I did good. I'm here for the show, and again, yeah, appreciate you all for being here. I am excited to do this again. Pretty much all from me. Thank you for watching. We'll be back here next week with, I believe it is going to be, let me take a look here, Vintrix versus Beef Sticks, the exact same time next week, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. PST, a week from now, 7 days, on the 13th. All right, much appreciated. Thank you guys for being here. I have been Dougson, and actually, before I go, Sinjin, you want the interview? That's not a question. You match MVP both times. Get in here. I'm stealing Sinjin for the interview. Let me see if I can get him in here. Oh, low key, I don't have drag perm, so we'll just make one. Just don't join. Just don't join. No. Here, Sinjin. I'll DM call you on Discord. Answer.
Yo, hello?
Yo, Sinjin.
Hello.
The convincing games, dude. Oh my gosh. Always showing up on the Yoru.
Hey, thank you.
An
Thank you, bro.
outstanding job. Who do you feel set you up the most for success over here today on Corrode and Abyss?
I would say nobody. I like to go by myself a lot.
That's fair. I see you do a lot of amazing individual plays, but you definitely have a team to support you, right? I'm trying to set you. I'm trying to set you up for PR. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wait. Question: who decided on the name Miku Mercenaries? Because I rock with it.
Layden actually, the person who made Miku Mercenaries.
That's fire. Oh yeah, because he is the team. Of course.
Yeah.
That's a fire name. I like it a lot. Shoot, man, this is the part where I relay to my other caster to like think of another question, but honestly, I'm blanking. Is there anything you'd like to say for the double match MVP today?
Remember, guys, all you have to do is rage bait your opponents and skibbity riz them.
Bars. All right, thank you so much, Sinjin. Congratulations on the win and staying undefeated into week 2. Good luck on your next match against Beef Sticks.
Hey, thank you, bro. See ya. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Sinjin is always a fun person to talk to. All right. So now officially is going to be the end of the stream. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week at the exact same time. Bye-bye.
I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it in a sense, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.